Good morning, folks. I'm doing a video for Max Bernier today again. And the reason being is because I want to bring up a few things that I haven't brought up before. One is people calling me dude. I don't like it, but I kind of ignore it and let it bounce off my shoulder because a lot of people don't understand what transgenders are. It kind of does go against the grain, though, just so you know. So what I wanted to chat about was the reason MSM is attacking Bernier so bad, okay? He has been attacked by Globe and Mail, Toronto Star, CBC, CTV, Globalist, news outlets, and basically he's been accused of being far-right and racist and what do you call white supremacist and all this other crap, simply because he's against unvetted immigrants, and I agree with that. I'm against them as myself, although I'm not against immigration. Canada was founded on immigration. I'm the product of two immigrants. I'm not trying to pull any punches and say people shouldn't immigrate here, but Trudeau is bringing in people, okay, with no vetting. We don't know who they are. We don't even know what their real names are. We don't know if they're terrorists or killers or rapists, like that Syrian in Burnaby that was just arrested for killing a 13-year-old girl. Okay? But yet he's apparently a hard-working little young man. Yeah, okay. We got you, Trudeau. And I don't understand why. What I do know is that 95 to or better % of the alternative media on the internet is supporting him. So why is that? Why do we not see what the MSM see? Okay, well, the MSM are biased in favor of Trudeau because the globalists control them. The globalists control their little licenses, and if they go against it, they lose their license. So basically, they're puppets too. And that's what a lot of people aren't realizing. Mainstream news on your TV is garbage. It's not even news unless they're talking about like local news and stuff like that, and that's different. But anything to do with around the world or elections or anything like that, they're going to lead you to one party, okay? And they're totally liberal bound. They do give Scheer a little bit of good press because he's a liberal rhino, and so is his whole party. And actually, Bernier made note of that. And which I found to be very ballsy because not many candidates would break away that late in the game. We're within a few months of the campaign trail, and he breaks away from the PCs because they are morally corrupt. He's able to recognize that, right? I recognized it years ago when stupid Harper was in there. So basically, yeah, the mainstream media has totally thrashed Bernier, and it really drives me closer to him because I don't like mainstream media. I never have, and I've been trying for the last decade to wake people up to them. So basically, Janice Dixon from the Globe and Mail says, and this is about the supporters that Bernier has, or had actually before he even announced he was running as a solo entity, or as his own party. A dragon, a marijuana activist, and a former Tory MP who backed Maverick MP Maxime Bernier's leadership campaign are now throwing their weight behind his fledgling new political party. How can it be fledgling if he hasn't even announced the name of it yet? You understand what I'm saying? They're trying to lead you away from Bernier, making it look like he's some kind of loser. Now, why would they do that? Does it remind you of anybody? Trump. Every news outlet was going after Trump, and I was totally supporting him on my page. I was getting laughed off my Facebook page every day, okay? Serious. And the reason why? Because people either just didn't like Trump. Like myself as a person, I didn't like him either until I found out about all the good things he's done for people that I didn't know. As a person, I just thought he was a snotty-nosed big-lipped billionaire, and when he started running and campaigning, they started calling him all these names, the same stuff they're calling Bernier. And so I started watching his rallies, and I found out that those things weren't true at all. They were following a globalist pattern, and I knew that because I knew that MSM was globalists. So basically they're thrashing Bernier to try and lead you everybody away from him to think, oh, he's just, he's nothing. He is something, or they wouldn't be attacking him this bad. Understand that. They would not attack him this bad. They would support us. Even some of them would support him, okay, if he was just your average candidate. But because he's a populist, okay, he wants Canada to thrive. He wants Canada to be as great as it can be. And they don't like that because they are fighting a globalist agenda, and they want globalism brought in. They want Agenda 21 or sustainable development installed permanently here. And that, if you look it up, is not a good thing, okay? All of the MSM that thrash him, nothing constructive. It's all bullshit. It's all basically the same old crap, and I get sick of listening to it. I can't even watch TV news. I feel myself getting dumber and dumber each friggin' minute. So basically, Brian Mulroney says breaking away from the PCs will make it harder to beat Trudeau. And I don't think so. I think the fact that he broke away from the PCs shows that he sees they're morally corrupt. Since Scheer took over the leadership, okay, they have not disagreed with one friggin' thing the Liberals have said. He's agreed with everything the Liberals have said and have done, okay? He's fully on board with illegal immigration, and I don't care who feels bad that I'm saying that word. If they're unvetted and they're not coming through the proper channels, like other immigrants have had to do, they are illegal. And I don't care if you want to call me racist, you can call me a racist, but I want our immigrants vetted. I want to know who they are, okay? So basically, I really disagree with a lot of what people are saying about Bernier, and these are the things that draw me to Bernier, okay? One, he wants to cut back on foreign aid. Yes, because we are giving away to too many corrupt countries, not only globalist countries, but terrorist countries like Palestine and a lot of other places who are continuing to use that money to create violence and war, okay? He wants to cut back on us giving money to terrorists and nations who really don't need it, okay? Why are we giving money to Israel? They're friggin' rich. Like, come on, think. This is all globalist, okay? Because Israel is the head of the whole Zionist chain. The Rothschilds basically invented Israel and then brought the people over, okay? After the war, yes. A lot of those people they said were killed were not killed. They were spread out through all different countries, and a lot of them were shipped to Israel, okay? And that's what a lot of people aren't realizing. I've seen the papers from the Red Cross when they had everyone listed of where they went and stuff. But these were all people that the Jews claim were in the Holocaust and were killed. And I'm not saying there wasn't a Holocaust. There was. Hitler did kill a lot of people, but he killed German people too. He killed a lot of his own people. Okay, another thing is, he's passionate about doing the right thing for Canadians, unlike Trudeau, okay? He has good visions for what Canada could be and should be. I like that. His platform is direct. There's not a lot of gray areas. Like, I notice a lot of political parties have a lot of gray areas. They word things so that they could mean different stuff, and basically that bothers me. It always bothered me, because then they can kind of turn and twist things later and say, well, we said this, but you agreed with it, right? I don't like gray areas, and Bernier avoided gray areas in his plan. I didn't see him at the Bilderberg meeting. Now, I know he was only an MP, but he was a prominent MP running for the head of the leadership, so he would have been there had he, he would have been there anyway, and, Scheer was there, so I don't trust Scheer at all. He's a fucking globalist bitch. Sorry for the language. He cares about rural areas and farmers, and that to me is a big thing. Farming, that's how we feed ourselves. That's how we feed this country, okay? A lot of our exports are farmed goods, okay? And so many farmers have had to close up shop. I seem to love transgender regulations and so much expenses. So the fact that he's down with, rural areas and trying to keep them stable and farming, that's big with me, okay? He cares, he looks at people when he speaks. That to me is important. If a politician's always looking down in a way, that tells me they have something to hide. But I always see Bernier looking directly ahead whoever he's talking to, or if he's talking to the camera, he doesn't look down and away, and he's he's an eye contact person, and I like that. I trust people like that. Well, as long as they're not talking bullshit out of their ass. But I trust people who look at me more than I trust people who are looking down or looking away, because they always have something to hide, right? I like I like the fact that he supports guns and gun rights, and yeah, we'd all love to see the guns taken off the streets, but stripping guns from legal gun owners is not helping. Again, that's what Trudeau and all these other parties want to do, is they want to take our guns away. He doesn't. He wants gun reform, but he wants proper gun reform, okay? And he's into shrinking government and lowering taxes. Now, those two things alone are huge, okay? We have way too many politicians, and for a corrupt country who's just falling apart anyway, we don't need all those politicians. We really don't even need a federal government when you look at it. So he's really looking at shrinking the government and getting rid of the ones we don't need, and I like that. He's got balls, okay? That's another thing I like about him. He's not afraid to say what he thinks. He's not afraid to speak his mind and stand up to all these other globalist ass-kissers, and that, to me, is huge. I like that, and, we've not seen that, I don't think, ever. I can't think in all my 57 years, well, 56, almost 57, and all I've seen is two-faced politicians who, they're like Smiley Rogers, the encyclopedia salesman. They're all smiles and they're all happy, and yeah, I'm gonna do this and this and this, and then they screw us, okay? So Bernier is different. He's a cut above the rest, and I really do believe that he's going to make a big impact on the campaign trail, and I think he's going to totally show up a lot of these idiots who think they're politicians, who are no more than globalist ass-kissers, and we want to get away from globalism. I really want to hear him say that he wants to get globalists out of our government, and lobbyists. We don't need them, okay? I'm hoping he will say that. I'm not judging him on it, but I think that would show that he's patriot, okay? He seems very much like a Canadian patriot to me. And like myself, I'm not a gun owner. I've never been in the military or anything. I'm not in a militia or nothing like that. But I'm a patriot. Okay, I'm a Canadian patriot. I would live and die for this country. I'd go to jail for this. Whatever I had to do for my country, right? And I know you're probably not used to hearing transgenders say that, because a lot of them are lefty snowflakes, and I agree. But there are a lot of us who are patriots too. I think the other ones are just afraid to do what I'm doing and speak out. We get chastised by all the other ones, and personally I don't care. I have such an awesome support system of cis people, okay? I have a couple of gay and lesbian supporters as well, but mostly cis people and mostly cis females, okay? That shows me a lot, and I think the fact that I'm not just a second, sorry, you stupid wasps, edit. Yeah, I'm not afraid to speak out and speak my mind. So I know I'm very much an individualist. I think for myself. I don't let other people think for me. I don't let other people tell me what to think, especially MSM, which is mainstream news. No, I really feel that I stand out from a lot of other transgender people simply for my views, and I don't mind that. I'm totally happy having a cis support system, as I would be having a trans support system, right? The point is that I have a support system. I have an awesome support system. I have lots of sisters here on YouTube. I have sisters on Facebook and brothers, and in real life I have a lot of people that support me, and because I'm not one of these stuffy, bitchy trans people who think everyone's against them, okay? That's paranoia, and not everyone's against us. So, but back to Bernier, that's why I support him. I think if you watch him on the campaign trail, I think you'll be impressed. I think he's going to impress a lot of people. And personally, I think he could win this election if he did it right and had the right supporters to back him, like us. He can do it. Basically, Canada's fed up with what's going on, and whether they're voting Liberals or not, They are fed up. They're showing that. I've met a lot of ex-liberal people who have now switched over to Bernie's cause simply because they like what he's saying. And I really feel that they feel in their hearts that he will come through, and I feel he will. Okay? So support Bernier. Go Bernier. Go Mad Max. We're backing you. And I hope you all have an awesome day. Shout out to my subscribers. Thank you very much to my new subscribers. You're awesome. Thanks for joining the channel and supporting my channel. And thanks to my viewers, even the ones who haven't, joined the channel itself. You view my videos and you're giving me lots of views, and that counts too. So thank you. And I hope you all have an awesome day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.